the good things fly away like butterflies. All the beautiful things are emptied like petals. Even the warmth that used to rest on my fingertips now cannot be felt anymore. You, without a word, vanished like the wind far away, and I still remain as if I never learned how to forget. Spring days are leaving, you follow too, like the wind, leaving only a silent trace behind. I remain alone and crumble like a falling petal. Memories still drift along the river, never reaching anywhere, circling again and again. Though love has ended, my heart still lingers on that same path. I always knew nothing truly stays. What remains are the words left unspoken, the tears that never flow, and spring days that will never return. Spring days are leaving, and at the end there's no us, only memories silently blooming. I, at the edge of this season, cannot even call your name, just gaze at the days gone by. Spring days are leaving, only I remain, scattering like petals in the wind. Spring days are leaving. I wanted to ask what I meant to you, but I choose not to ask. Spring days are leaving. Spring days are leaving.
There were days that truly dazzled, when even just calling my name made everything shine. And I stood at the center of that season.
What part of it was ever real? The brightness, your gaze. Looking back, it's all too far now. Even memory feels unreal.
Blossom days fade, and my youth sets with them. Only beauty I never held
Lingers then vanishes.
I stayed inside your gaze, just to shine, even for a moment. It wasn't love I received, only love I inside your gaze, just to shine even for a moment.
It wasn't love I received,
Only love I dreamed of. Everyone said those days were everything, but I knew even that everything was never truly mine. Blossom days fade, and my youth becomes only a trace, blooming and falling in my heart, a spring no one ever knew. Yes, flowers fall, and I'm slowly forgotten, and someday entirely. Still it's okay, because I once bloomed, and that was enough. Blossom days fade.
Sitting alone where love had crumbled, enduring all seasons. You were smiling then, leaving me behind, walking lightly toward another spring. Has your laughter fade with time too? If the end of love leads to the same view anyway, perhaps by now you stand where I once waited, in that silent pocket of wind. You follow too, as if letting go of everything, head bowed with heavy steps. You follow too, to the riverbank where I once cried as time you remain in that Love like this turns its back, falling one season late, falling one season late. That day, flowers bloomed again, brilliant everywhere. But that brilliance, why did it sting my eyes with something close to grief? Someone was singing, someone else pouring drinks, and I just drifting, letting something unnamed slip away. Beneath the flower shade, I drank so many days away. They rose like warmth in my chest, then struck the air and scattered. The sunlight was too yellow, and that yellow devoured my mind. I began to understand why Van Gogh went mad. I don't remember what I once dreamed, but I know I lost something. And I was laughing that day, which somehow was the saddest thing. Beneath the flower shade, I neither bloomed nor withered, just somewhere in between, soaked in drink, in light, in hollow days. Yes, that was youth, meaningless, endless, the euphoric drift, and I floated inside it for far too long, until one spring day I woke alone. The sunlight was too yellow, and that yellow devoured my mind. I began to understand why Van Gogh went mad. I don't remember what I once dreamed, but I know I lost something. I began to understand why Van Gogh went mad. Maybe I knew from the very start this heart would never truly reach. The sunlight was surely warm, but I remained trapped in ice. The words I never spoke still sleep like a sea so quietly, and I remain unblown. An unblown bud, still unopened, a hidden season within my chest, gathering like tears on the edge, then drifting away, silent in the wind. Some pass me by, some never saw me at all, though I was always there. I never bloomed, not even once. The season never spoke to me, said I wasn't ready, but even that I couldn't hear. Perhaps I never even meant to bloom. An unblown bud, still in shadow, now it will never bloom. In a darkened corner of my chest, only a trace of fragrant spring remains. In the end, I will never bloom. But even this waiting that bore no flower, if that too was love. If someone remembers me for that, then yes, I will never bloom. I will never bloom. I try to reach your heart, knock carefully on the door, but there was no nameplate, no number, nothing but my voice echoing in the silence. If love is a road, we walk toward each other, then you turned the corner and vanished, and I stood still and cried, carrying an addressless heart. I walk again today, words I'll never send, gripped tightly in my sleeve, and a name I'll never reach. I call again and again inside my chest. Someone asked me, shouldn't you let go by now? But what I had to let go wasn't the person, it was the heart I gave them. My heart I couldn't say a word as I watch you walk away. My fingers reach for the empty air, my lips remain silent. Longing piled up, I emptied myself again and again. Yet your traces remained in the hollow of my heart. That's when the wind came, I welcomed it, reached out my hand. Please listen, just listen to what's inside me. I try to open up, but the wind didn't listen. Instead it pushed me hard. You fool, who will know your truth if you keep it locked away? The wind asked me if you hide your sorrow so well. Who do you expect to ever understand it? You left, you didn't hate me, you didn't cry, you simply turned away quietly. I couldn't believe that silence meant the end, so I waited, and then it was too late. Now I know love unspoken is love unknown. If you never show it, nothing is ever truly given. The wind taught me the weight of hidden feelings can be heavier than love itself. A rough wind blew, I couldn't escape. It dragged out every word I buried inside. Now I must say I loved you, I missed you, it was always you. The wind didn't leave, it spun around me until every secret poured out of me. And in the end it whispered harshly in my ear, it's too late now, you've gone too far, too late, you were already gone. A rough wind blew. You once said you like me, and those words were my heart. You once said you loved me, and with that my whole world filled with you. Then one day you quietly turned away, and I hadn't let you go. That day the wind blew, whether it knew or not, it stayed near me for a while, then vanished, saying nothing. The wind said nothing at all, unaware of my tears, my trembling breath, it simply passed by. Love ended just like that, in silence, at the edge of that ending. I stood alone, I wanted to hold on to you just once, but my lips froze, and time swept you away. You looked away, and I lowered my gaze in that moment. Love drifted like a wind turning its back. Love was real between us, it was I wanted the wind to carry my heart to you, just in case you didn't know. But the wind only rustled, never carried what I felt. The wind said nothing at all. I wanted to speak of you, of love, of this goodbye. Oh, no one listened, not you back then, not the wind now, all the same. They said nothing, and I now understand. Within that wind was a part of my heart carried away. I know now you won't come back, still I wait for that wind again. Even if wordless, to brush past me once more. That day the wind didn't blow, so the paddle stayed on the river surface for a long time, as if it had lost its way. It circled and circled, hovered in front of me, then gently drifted away. That's when I realized to linger can be more painful than not flowing at all. I too sat by the river like you, unable to go or stay, holding a trembling heart heavy in my chest. If I took one step, would I drift farther from you? If I spoke one word, would tears pour down? So I said nothing, I just stayed there. What am I to do? The restless wind keeps asking me. What am I to do? The passing spring asks me again what I'm supposed to leave behind. You who left with the petals, they say you won't return, but still I wait in that same place for that one petal. The sunlight on the water keeps taking on your face. If I reach out, I feel I could touch you, but the moment I do, you scatter. I loved you, but couldn't hold you. You vanished into the spring day. Even now I sit in the halted time, unable to flow, still in that same place. Even for a moment, could you come back to me? If only I had been a bit braver then. But you left without a word, like a petal leaving behind nothing but your faint retreat. What am I to do when love and time are just frozen scenes for me? What am I to do when every season keeps changing without Only I remain by the water, asking over and over the spring that passed. What am I to do when this season gives me no answer?
Circling the same path, and I keep chasing the same thoughts. The season she left came without warning, like the wind. That night under the streetlight, if I hadn't turned away first, where would we be now? Sometimes, just sometimes, that thought drifts in. I go where the wind moves. I no longer ask why. Like the wind never stays, I never stayed long in anyone's heart. She scattered me, and I never quite gathered myself again. So somewhere inside, I'm still a piece of wind. Follows me is my way, and if somewhere in her memory she's still smiling, then even in that wind, if just my name were drifting there, it wouldn't matter, not now. I go where the wind moves.
Did you leave? I can't quite remember. The sunlight that day felt just like today, and even the air was just as gentle. I didn't know then that an afternoon could be this silent. I didn't know your absence could empty out the world this much. A mug on the desk, yesterday's coffee, still unfinished, lingers in the cup. The seat where you used to sit still glows faintly in the sunlight. Where your warmth has faded, I trace the air with my fingertips, trying to recall what used to be there. A spring afternoon without you. among them anymore. The bench where we once sat, your arm brushing mine. You were brighter than the sunlight, and now suddenly I realize again you'll never return. I cannot go back to that afternoon, to the version of you from that time. Now, only now do I understand. Only now do I regret. I now walk the embankment where we once strolled together. You knelt down by the roadside violets and gently kissed the flower, bowing your head. That small gesture once warmed the whole world. Now all of it remains only in memory. The sunlight sparkled that day. We walked without a word, yet in that silence your hand held mine, and in that touch all the words were there. I realize now that was love, though I didn't know it then. Where does love go when it never comes true? You disappeared, but the moments remain. All those warm scenes still live within me. Even after seasons pass, they don't fade. When the song we once loved plays suddenly on the radio, I stop in my tracks and return to that spring day, to the place where you smiled with me. My heart still lingers there, for longing can sometimes flow backward through time. There were words I couldn't say, though I loved you. I thought I knew your heart, yet never asked. I wanted to give you mine, yet showed only half. And so we slowly misaligned, until in the end we let each other go. Love unfulfilled cannot be called over. before my lips. What was hidden in that laughter? Now I can't remember anymore. In the sunlight where we once sat, with warm teacups and trembling leaves, was that love? Or just the moment before love became real? Where did that day's laughter go? That look left behind, only where you used to be. I still turn back sometimes just to follow that smile. You never knew, did you, how that smile helped me live? How that day was an entire season to me. Was I the one who forgot, or did I lose it somehow? If I could smile like that again, maybe I'd be more than I am now. Where did that day's laughter go? Even knowing I can't bring it back, I still stand in place, because that smile was my spring. Do you remember that smile? The quiet warmth it carried, that soundless joy that made us glow. Even now I keep asking, where did that day's laughter go? I thought I had forgotten, but suddenly your laughter comes rushing back. That place that sent even your tone so vivid. I may have forgotten you, but memory, it seems, has not forgotten me. Everything should have faded, and yet, why is it only that day's conversation whispers back so clearly the words I said, the way you looked away just for a moment? Memory refuses to let it go. Memory has its own way, appearing uninvited like a dream slipping in. And on nights I wish to forget, it stays even deeper inside me. Love and regret, they're all long gone, but memory keeps replaying them over and over. Time surely moves forward, but my heart, it keeps turning back. It's all a story from the past, yet I find myself living it again. if it were now. Yes, memory does as it pleases, but because of those memories I was able to live through spring. Though I let you go, those days allowed me to promise the next season. Memory has its own way, like a film that never fades. It quietly follows me. It hurts but also warms me. That in-between feeling shapes who I am today. Spring fades quietly like that. You are no longer here, but your memory remains. And because of it, I wait for the next season, living on with a heart ready to blue again.
You said nothing at all, just sat beside me like sunlight. You couldn't have known how broken I was, and yet you stayed. Just a warm cup of tea, and it's okay, you're someone worth being. Your hands offered warmth instead of words. Spring entered my winter through you. Sunlight and petals fell gently upon me that day. A smile I had never bloomed before unfolded without me knowing. More than anyone's words, more than anyone's comfort, the way you quietly stayed, that alone kept me alive. Even if it was just a passing season, you were truly my spring that day. A feeling like petals, only visible beneath the sunlight. Like sunlight touching a shadowed heart. The memory of you falling into me. That warmth didn't last for long, but its trace still trembles inside me. You made me bloom, though I never truly reached you. At the heart of that spring, we were for a moment together. Like sunlight and petals, holding each other in that afternoon. Like a silent murmur, harder than words.
Back then I didn't know, even as we felt each other's warmth, I didn't see it for what it was, love. Too easily we long for everything else. When your fingertips brushed mine, perhaps I was already chasing some illusion that was the arrogance of my youth. Love was there, so why was I searching for another name? You were right there, and even as I held you, I never truly embraced you. If I could return to that time, could I hold you tighter? No. Even now I'm not sure. Back then I knew nothing. Bloomed yet never fully, that was our love. It blossomed before us, yet we never captured it in our eyes. The flower was beautiful, but we didn't know just how fleeting that beauty was. I loved you, but I didn't know what that meant, so I didn't hold on harder, didn't look into you deeper. Youth is always thirsty, and that thirst made me spill even what I already held. The spring, that was you. If we could return to that time, could we love each other more? At the edge of that season, I still recall your laughter. Bloomed yet never fully, that was the name we bore. We loved, but knew it too late. Only after it had withered did I realize that love was real, that the flower had truly bloomed. Yes, the flower did bloom, only we never truly saw each other. I was holding you and you were within me, yet still we never said we had loved one another. There is no return, so I live embracing this memory, that love which bloomed yet never fully. The tree stood silently, not a word spoken, not even swaying in the breeze. I leaned beside it quietly and let my breath settle. Its shadow covered my shoulders. The light paused near my feet. No one asked anything, and I explained nothing. It was just that kind of moment. One day I laid my heart down in a patch of shade, and the warmth of that tree carried me through a season, a nameless, wordless moment. Yet it's the one I remember most. Someone passed beneath the tree. Maybe someone stopped and asked, what kind of tree is this? I couldn't answer because I never knew. I wanted to live like
Since that day, I sit here at the same time, in the spot where you once faced me with a cup of coffee. I begin a conversation without you. The sunlight is no different from the day you left. It's warm, but it no longer warms my heart. You left without a word, so I speak alone, not expecting you to hear, but just to prove that I'm still alive. A shadow stretches across the bench, the wind brushes past without a reply, just like the look you gave me at the end. Empty bench, one soliloquy. The only thing that stays is memory. Even carrying your absence, I live through today and gently place my heart in the place where you sat. Seasons pass, people come and go, but I trace back time from this bench when a nameless leaf falls on my lap. I treat it like you. Even the smallest moments become prayers for you. Though our conversation is over, the words inside me still flow. I look at the place where you used to be and speak my heart. Empty bench, one soliloquy. No matter how much time goes by, this place was once ours, and I hope someone will remember that. Yes, now I know you're not coming back, but this bench was the last place our time remained. I won't leave as long as these memories stay. One soliloquy left behind, like a daily journal. Goodbye season that has passed. When did you slip so far away? While I looked away for a moment, you quietly turned your back. Goodbye love that once bloomed. The time we laughed together now fades beyond the window, just a blurred wet shadow. Goodbye, my youth, that stayed awake for countless nights. Those burning words, those clumsy promises, all now soak into this rain. Now I simply sit by the window, unable to lift my head until this rain ends.
for moments, but now I will not cry. What falls isn't tears, just spring rain. The spring rain carries its final farewell. Within it were love, regret, and all we left unsaid. Now I stand beneath that rain silently, letting the season go. Goodbye spring, goodbye love, goodbye my days of then. You will never return, but somewhere in the corner of my heart you will always remain. Soft and soaked like a flower in rain. It was just an ordinary day, warming my coffee, opening the window, not thinking of you for a brief moment. A single raindrop hit the glass, that was the beginning. Emotions crept in through the cracks, like water spreading across the floor. Words I thought I'd forgotten, the face I avoided, the blurred voice all filled me defenseless. Suddenly, the monsoon began. I said nothing. If I spoke, tears would have come first. I went nowhere, everywhere, felt soaked already. Our final conversation, like a damp journal page, the ink smudged, no longer readable. So instead of drying the memory, I folded it back up into the damp drawer of my heart. Was our love just a passing shower, or a monsoon that never ends within me? The monsoon continues, emotions I thought forgotten seeping slowly again. Still I stand by the window of that day, unable to dry this soaked heart. Even now, I quietly wipe this heart brimming with water. The rain outside says nothing, it only asks, are you